Go ahead and try hit me if you're able. Can't you see that my relationship is stable? I can see you hate the way we intermingle, but I think you're just mad cause you're single.
What's up, guys? This is Do You Want to Be the Universe, and I have found the alternatives of what I need to do to get off my soda addiction. It is called What Am I Doing Right This Second. It is making YouTube videos, because when I make YouTube videos, I have absolutely no reason to do anything else but to try to be entertaining for the camera, which can be around any amount of time to 30 minutes to even a few hours of the day. With that being distracting, I'll work up some sort of a thirst, and I'll try to go and get some water at the time instead of, soda. So with that being said, after some time, I have gotten over many things. I'm going to keep this short and brief because we've got a Death Battle to watch. This is a new start of Season 3. Season 3 of Death Battle, and it's actually with a battle that seems interesting to me. So, to get this out of the way, thank you to all of you guys for your comments and to your support of this matter, and this is one of the reasons why I can bounce back so fast, is because when I look online and see the comments, I see that I'm not alone, and I also see that I have plenty of supporters. And with that, I immediately already know doing this is one of the best ways to get out of it, because you guys are helping me, and the only way I can help you help me is by responding to you like this, which is our only means to communication besides commenting back to you replies. So thank you for all, and to start off this new kick of reaction stuff, I'm going to start with Death Battle and the new series that they got. I don't know what it is, but it's DX something. I think that's it. I don't know. But I have it on my computer. I'm going to watch it right after the Death Battle. So, now before we get into Death Battle, I need to talk about it. This is the new start to Season 3, and for those of you who are new to this channel and don't know where the last 3 Death Battles were, it's because I didn't watch them because they were either too one-sided or something I wasn't interested in because the characters weren't interesting to me. So those are the reason why those 3 Death Battles weren't reacted to, but I did watch them, and guess what? I was right, and I would not have been entertaining because it would be too one-sided, and I would just be like, well, I was right. There's nothing else I can say to that. And I'm not going to do Death Battle of that because they put a lot of work in these episodes, especially for the animation. So if I'm going to do some review and commentary on them, I need to make sure I do it correctly. And this Death Battle has 2 of my favorite characters in all of gaming, pretty much. This Death Battle is actually going to be pretty biased, actually. This is going to be one of the first bias-esque Death Battles, even though I do know these 2 have very strong capabilities, but I'm biased definitely towards Dante. A little history of me and Dante. Devil May Cry 1 was the first game I ever played. So, obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the guy who literally brought me up to where I am today, and to tell you the truth, Devil May Cry was the inspiration of some of my older comics that I got to that utterly led up to the comic that I'm doing right now on my DeviantArt account. By the way, link in the description below for my DeviantArt account. And that's pretty much it. If it wasn't for Devil May Cry 3, some story aspects would not exist right now what I'm doing. So it's just like, yeah, and not to mention Dante himself as a character is amazing, and I'm not going to get into some controversial talk about the DMC remake cover. I was perfectly fine with the whole redoing, because it's Dante as a character. If they're going to do stuff with them, sure, why not? As long as the gameplay is good for me. But until I got to the cutscene where they literally said, when you know the cutscene I'm talking about, the broom coming on his head, he's like, 9 million years, takes it off, and that legit actually ticked me off as a fan, because if you never played a Devil May Cry game before ever, and DMC was your first Devil May Cry game, what context does that person that doesn't know anything about the old series, about the old Dante, would come up with that cinematic? Nothing, because he does not know of the old Dante. So that's literally a slap in the face to the fans who complained about the new design. Why are you putting me in the boat that I didn't care about the situation, but yet you're going to push it in my face that yes, he's a new design? Don't do that, developers. If you ever get hate on something that you're doing, don't slap it in the face of the fans. That actually slapping in the face of everyone who didn't care or actually accepted the new design. That's just, no, that wasn't funny to me. So that's my only controversial thing to talk about when it comes to DMC. But when it comes to Dante as a whole, I love his character, I love his character design, and I love the fact that he's like Kratos, but I'm having conflicted sides. Which is more epic? Getting stabbed through the chest multiple times for multiple games and not like coming out unscathed, or getting stabbed through the chest multiple times, which is Kratos' thing, in multiple games, going to hell but getting out? Which is more epic? Being completely unscathed from getting stabbed through, or going to hell but just getting out? I would say going to hell and just getting out, being like, yeah, I died, but who cares, right? Then there's like, yeah, I got stabbed, but who cares, right? It's just so weird. It's just like, it's conflicting to me. You decide in the comments. I actually am interested in what you think is more epic in a way. And so, yeah. But as for Bayonetta, I was going to play Bayonetta 2, but then I had to sell in my Wii U because I needed college money, so I couldn't get Bayonetta 2. And I played Bayonetta 1, but didn't finish it. But I did love Bayonetta's character. I love her concept. I love her design. And she actually was an inspiration for Zaruma Hirohim's name. So without Bayonetta, Zaruma Hirohim would not exist as a name. It would probably be something else complicated. But Zaruma Hirohim, that was actually a name I came up with once I played Bayonetta 1. Because of a misguided translation of what she says when she summons the hair demon thing. And that was me. That was me being like, oh, I thought she said that. I had horrible hearing when I was a child. So, So anyway, when I was a child, I think I played that when I was like 16 or something. So it was like a few years ago. But it doesn't matter. The whole fact is, these two are finally coming together to fight. And I'm excited to see them go at it. So let's get started. I'll probably put an annotation to tell the people who just want to get straight to the reactions in like the video somewhere, because I know how people seem to really hate it when I talk on for too long, even though it's a reaction and talking is a thing. 3, 2, 1 now.
This episode of Death Battle is brought to you by Angry Video Game Nerd 2, Assimilation. Pre-order on Steam right now to save 10% and get the soundtrack free.
I have played the first game. It's pretty interesting and hard, so I might get the second game too. Because Video Game Nerd, even though I haven't seen many of his content, I actually really like some of the jokes.
It's not enough to just save the world.
They've got to look good doing it.
Dante, the Devil Hunter.
I like how they show him immediately just one of the times he got stabbed. I love it.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
But I'm going for Dante because, again, I'm biased, so I cannot actually vote for Bayonetta for the fact that she is a lot epic. But,
scum of the underworld. The Bullseye Bar, a random strip club, and even a rundown service shop called Devil
May Cry.
But the services they're selling aren't like washing your car or fixing your plumbing. Oh no! Long as you got the cash, this shop specializes in delivering demonic beatdowns. Who's crazy enough to try making a living this way, you ask? His name is Dante.
From the very beginning, Dante's life was always unusual.
I played that sequence in the third game for like ever. Like I couldn't even finish the third game because I love the beginning so much.
Yeah, see, his demon dad was a badass who single-handedly conquered the underworld and imprisoned its demon emperor Mundus. But after Dad died, Mundus' minions felt brave enough to take some revenge by slaughtering his family.
Yeah, like most villains.
Bummer.
Yeah, he seems fine. That doesn't seem like a traumatized face.
Gone and his brother assumed dead.
Assumed.
Dante was left with only one option: become the ultimate demon hunter and perpetuate the cycle of vengeance.
Yay!
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Again, that was literally one of the main reasons I kept replaying the part.
He always maintains a carefree spirit while dispatching devils of the underworld.
It's part of his charm. Hell, when you've got abilities like Dante's, why not be a little cocky?
One of the best things about the games was to rack up the combos.
Strong enough to grapple with the underworld's toughest demons, and straight up man enough to shake off being stabbed through the chest.
Over and over and over and over, and it doesn't matter.
In fact, all of that is made possible due to his demonic heritage, and made even more deadly by his plethora of weapons. His favorites being his dual pistols and
Ebony and Ivory.
Like any proud weapon owner, he gives his tools of destruction pet names. His guns, Ebony and Ivory, specialize in long-range shots and rapid-fire barrages, respectively. These hand cannons are so powerful, they can each obliterate demons in a single shot.
I think that look suits you better.
Oh my god, the fourth game was pretty epic too. I was really happy I could actually play as Dante in like half of the game. It was epic.
He's also got his brother's sword, Yamato, which can cut through dimensions.
Overpowered!
Throughout his adventures, Dante also collected a wide assortment of additional weaponry called Devil Arms, physical manifestations of powerful demons he has defeated.
Remember Mega Man?
Yeah.
It's that, but on steroids.
His armored Gilgamesh gauntlets increase his striking power, letting him shatter huge monoliths with a lethal 1-inch punch.
With
Oh
Lucifer,
my god.
backpack, not the devil, Dante basically throws infinite lightsabers. He's also
I just
got
love
an
his
electric
charm.
guitar, which is literally electric. Ice-powered nunchucks, grenade launchers, shotguns, and
the works.
that can transform into 666
That baffled me.
different
That
weapons.
baffled me, especially when it turns into this,
To a flying turret gun.
yeah,
Where does he possibly keep all
a
this
giant
stuff?
flying, okay.
Really deep pockets. Or perhaps it's one of his styles, abilities he's also acquired from defeating demon bosses. With Doppelganger style, he can duplicate himself. With Trickster style, he can teleport instantly. With Royal Guard style, he becomes a nigh-impervious dreadnought, and he can even slow down time with the Quicksilver style.
Aha! That's probably gonna work out with Bayonetta's witch time thing. Devil Trigger, when it's done right. I didn't like the Devil Trigger how they handled it in DMC. Let me just say that.
Dramatically increases his strength, speed, and healing power, and he can fly.
Not to mention you can break the game with it. I saw some speedruns where they just break it.
Of handling entire hordes of demons on his own, although this doesn't stop some of his allies from joining in from time to time. This includes Trish, a demon lady who occasionally fights alongside him, and happens to resemble his deceased mother.
I can fill your dark soul with light!
Hey, if I may quote an old family saying, if she's not directly related, she's safe to be dated.
That explains
Right,
a
Bookstick.
lot. Luckily, and quite surprisingly, that avenue was never explored. Thank God.
Dante
Which is very adult for, you know,
One
like
time
in
after getting impaled
terms
by
of not
4
being
demons
children.
at
I'm
once,
trying to say,
he
oh
pushed
wait,
one
maybe
so
this is
hard,
bad.
Exploded and dropped a ceiling fan on the other 3, all while eating a slice of pizza. Oh, and when their friends showed up, he challenged them to a game of billiards.
I love the multi-bullet thing that's done in the fourth game, where he puts the sword straight through and just bah bah bah. Oh my god,
1,000 miles per hour.
those are great
And he's
games.
even capable of taking out others just as overpowered as himself. Like his brother Virgil, who was not dead, but evil.
He stopped a colossal punch from this titanic monster without
Just
breaking
like,
a sweat,
alright.
shrugged off bombardment by meteors, and eventually avenged his mother by defeating the demon lord Mundus. In space.
You may be asking yourself, can anything stop this guy?
Eh,
Yes, Dante does have a limit to how much punishment he can take, but if there's anything that could take him down, it's his own cocky attitude.
it's just like, there's not many occurrences where I can say Dante clearly, yeah.
Than underestimating your opponent.
Trust me, I've been using that for a long time.
Lousy here. Pretty sure there's no greater danger than telling a woman those pants do in fact make her ass look fat.
And jackpot.
Pretty nice anime, by the way. Find it on Netflix. Alright, now, put me up to speed with Bayonetta. I'm not entirely sure about her background.
Both the light and the dark, and her name is Bayonetta.
But an epic name, I gotta say. Very original name.
Normal guy walking down the street, she may look like your average 7-foot-tall gargantuan Amazon woman with good fashion sense.
That's awesome.
But Bayonetta is actually one of the last Umbra witches, a clan of mystics allied with demon kind.
Named Cereza upon birth, she spent her early life growing up an outcast due to her parents being from rival clans. Her father, a Lumen Sage, and her mother, an Umbra Witch.
Yeah, there's a lot of plot lines when it involves one side being, you know, light and the other side being dark, and then they're like, hey, let's have a baby. And now it's like a balance between the two, and blah blah blah. I'm doing it myself, but I'd put a spin on it that I'm not gonna spoil.
Pulling out works every time, but the last time.
You would know. With the pact now broken, war ensued between the two factions. In the end, only 2 witches survived, Cereza and her rival/future friend, Jean. Hoping to prevent the apocalypse, Jean used a special dagger to seal away Cereza's memories and put her into a 500-year-long coma.
Yeah, I'm
When
sure she's
Cereza
fine.
woke up from her epic power nap, she took on her new name, Bayonetta, and set out to find her lost memories. Luckily for her, she had just the right weapon for the job. Her hair.
Oh yeah, I
As
love the
Umbro
fact
Witch,
that
not only does
all of
her
her
hair
stuff is
serve
her
as
hair.
clothing,
Which I'm having a really hard time deciding whether or not that's hot or just disgusting.
Talk to the
she
internet.
can also use it to summon the demon Madama Butterfly to aid
Madama.
her in battle.
Okay, yeah.
This technique, the Wicked Weaves,
Okay.
creates portals for the giant demon to deliver devastating punches and kicks.
Bayonetta can also walk on walls and ceilings with Witch Walk, and even transform into animals to fly, run super fast, and dodge attacks.
But
Yeah.
her most useful technique is Witch Time.
Which time,
Slowing down
and that's
time
gonna be
itself,
counteracted
Bayonetta
with
can dodge
Dante's thing.
anything while unleashing a barrage of attacks.
Bayonetta is basically a tall, sexy armory. She wields gauntlets called Durga, which attack with fire and electricity, a huge sight
The electric
that rocks
fire.
the souls of its victims, and a friggin' lightsaber called Pillow Talk. She has a bow that fires poison arrows, a chainsaw made of dragon scales, a massive hammer that can cause earthquakes with every strike, and even ice skates.
Yeah, I gotta give them some credit, but they both have like a lot of
But her
weapons
most
for their
beloved
arsenal.
weapons are her
And
four
their
pistol set
most beloved weapons are both pistols, so I can see why
Rather
people
than
were like,
swap between
hey,
them
let's
like
have
a
these two
normal
fight.
person, she somehow manages to wield all of them at once by using not only her hands, but also her feet.
How
Yes.
does that work? Does she have like some kind of weird thumbs on her ankles or something?
I found that was actually one of the main reasons why I got the game. I thought that was epic.
Oh my god! She's covered in hair and she uses her feet like hands. She's a monkey!
Of course.
This is awkward.
Of course. The most logical conclusion.
She probably just uses some
Exclamation.
sort of magic. Speaking of magic, when Bayonetta wants to unleash her full potential, she triggers her Umbran Climax.
Why am I not surprised?
Uses her
I mean,
strength and
why
lets
am
her
I not
summon
surprised?
Madama Butterfly's full unrestrained power. When fully unleashed, Madama Butterfly can shatter huge meteors by headbutting them.
Okay, I did not get to that part. That's epic.
By herself, Bayonetta has pulled off some impressive feats. She's strong enough to kick military jets into the air, headbutt skyscrapers across the city,
You're good with
even throw
headbutts.
satellites with her legs in outer space. Oh, by the way, she can survive outer space.
Using Witch Time, she was able to defeat this thing in only a matter of real-time seconds. Even without Witch Time, her reaction speed is astronomical. For example, when a Lumen Sage stopped time to position newly fired bullets about 3 feet behind her, she managed to not only turn and identify the incoming threat, but also dodge all 16 of them.
Oh.
Considering regular bullets travel around 2,500 feet per second, she must have pulled all that off in less than 1,000th of a second.
Well,
There's that one time when she
Okay.
killed God. You know, by scissoring her hair with guns and punching the creator's soul across the entire solar system into the sun?
yeah, I did see that part though. I thought that was
Bayonetta's
epic.
feats and abilities are absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
She is sometimes rather inconsistent.
So inconsistency will be her downfall, or I don't know, because she seems like she's a definite win.
Something like that. And
Nah.
even a plant monster that managed to grab her out of the air.
But regardless of whatever weaknesses she may have,
Plot.
Bayonetta's achieved more than anyone could possibly imagine despite being 100% human.
What?
Wait, she is?
That's new. I did not know that. I thought I completely forget. Witches, yeah, they're just humans with magical abilities. My
Let's end
fault.
this debate once and for all.
But first, we made another video game, and it sure would be swell if you buy it.
Okay. Wow, that was scarily
Here it is
similar.
back for an all-new adventure. Crush your enemies. Navigate new puzzles.
Again, it was a very difficult game. If you
Helicopters.
want
Giant fucking alligators.
a challenge of a old style
Fucking
game
flaming
back in,
tanuki balls.
the days where
And lots more shit.
you would love the fact that things are so simplistic nowadays. You get the Angry Video Game your game. Even I'm supporting it. There you go. Anyway, let's get this battle started. This is exciting. This is one of those things where I have to say, yes, I'm really excited because I know these two can actually do some damage, and it seems like I don't know who's actually gonna win. I want Dante to win, but after seeing all this stuff that Bayonetta can do, jeez, I'm like on the fence now. And plus, she was confirmed for Smash. I mean, like, Dante wasn't confirmed for Smash.
Wandering lost soul, I see.
Whoa. Lost? Nah. I'm looking for something called a left eye.
I can accept this voice actor.
Care to give me a hand?
Wait, a left eye?
I
Friskas
see.
or Sands?
But if you're looking for the left eye, that would either make you an angel.
Again, I'm serious about the Friska and Sands thing. No, I'm not. I'm joking, but you know, it's probably a thing I didn't pick up on in the game.
Or a demon. There. Get back.
I'm loving the voice acting. That's really, really compelling. I actually think these are the characters. Of course. Of course, you're trying to put it in Bayonetta, and you know, I actually have to admit, Bayonetta is the female version of what Dante represents. He is the male fan service, and Bayonetta is the female fan service, or is it the other way around? Because I know my sister had a big crush on Dante, and I know I kind of like Bayonetta for her. So like,
What a disappointing finish.
it's just like that's not gonna take him out. Like, first of all, the battle just started.
That all you got, sister?
Yeah, I'm not worried. At least not right now. I've seen the length of this video. It's pretty
Looks
long.
like you're more of a man than I thought.
Come on.
No touching.
Yep, there we go.
What?
Haven't used this in a while. Still got it.
First we had good gunplay, now we got some swordplay, and I gotta say, yeah, Dante winning in the swordplay department does seem more plausible to me.
You're a naughty boy hitting a girl like that. You need to be taught a lesson.
Her and Pabunia needs to talk.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
If you like that, you're gonna love this.
Yeah, when she said that, I came up with a name and then that metamorphosed into the Zarumaru Rohim. Again.
Whew. Your breath stinks.
Armin, take my hand. Armin. I'm sorry. Whoa.
This is where we part ways, love.
After you.
Trish?
Dante!
Alright, sure. I mean, if Snake can have Icon and did I say Icon? I mean Otacon, then I guess this could work.
Come on, Trish. You missed.
Oh, don't be a baby. Let's finish her off.
Alright.
John,
Cereza, having some guy trouble?
not to worry.
Oh my
I've
God,
got
that
this
hair.
one handled.
Wait, we're getting paid for this one, right?
Come on.
Alright. Sure, cool, I can accept this.
This is gonna hurt!
Again, choreography and all this is always amazing.
Bye-bye!
Trish is really helping right now.
What's wrong? Can't keep up?
Ooh. Oh, here it comes. They really wanted to open up with a bang, I can say. This is just...
Where did you get that outfit? A thrift store? You're one to talk. That color looks
What's wrong with thrift stores? Those are amazing.
Trish, wait.
Best pay attention, boy.
Oh. Oh, double trigger. Here we go. Blow for blow, blow for blow.
not. Don't fuck with a witch.
Yeah, I'm pretty much... I think that's from the time, you know, he blocked a gigantic thing that's way bigger than her, but... Of course he brings... Once he brings out the sword...
It's not possible.
Alright, now this has gone into unfair territory. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Venos!
Bullseye.
Dang. Alright.
How come I never meet any nice girls?
KO! Worst date ever.
Yeah, they even lost their friends. I think. What happened to Trish and John? Are they still fighting?
Oh, that was a thing? Yeah, but no, it was part of, like, I saw it on thumbnail. DBX.
What?
That's the name.
Did you actually do analysis on your own?
Hell no. I'm just gonna make them fight.
Ugh, you would. In what actually matters, it's true that Bayonetta's satellite throwing feat trumps any and all of Dante's physical displays of strength.
Alright.
However, Dante edges out in every other category.
His arsenal matched and exceeded Bayonetta's blow for blow. Hell, even a giant demon like Madama Butterfly is nothing new to this demon slayer for hire.
Yeah, I knew they were
Most
gonna
of
pull
all,
to that.
Bayonetta didn't have many ways to actually kill him. I mean, the dude shrugs off mortal wounds every day like they were nothing more than bug bites.
It's like,
Bow could take a bullet, but unlike Dante, when Bayonetta's stabbed, it hurts. That's why avoiding attacks was her specialty.
I will
But
admit,
she could only
that
dodge
does kind of
for
make
so
sense.
long against somebody like Dante. Early in
So
their
it's the
career,
Sans
Dante
versus
and
Chara
Virgil
here.
obliterated each and every raindrop within a 12-foot radius, briefly creating a completely open space in a rainstorm. Up to
Yeah, I did
30
find that
raindrops
epic. I didn't know
dropped
what was
by
going on, but I
average,
found it epic.
Meaning they destroyed 108,000 raindrops in less than a second, without any extra abilities or styles. Even with Bayonetta's absurd reaction speed, Dante striking so much space in so little time far outclasses anything she has ever had to avoid.
Even when she tried avoiding him with Witch Time, Dante's Quicksilver evened the playing field, basically making it useless.
It was just a matter of time before Bayonetta suffered the fatal blow.
Well, what they say, hair today, gone tomorrow.
I've
The
never heard that
winner
before.
is Dante.
But I'm happy about that. Wow, and it does seem rather legit. I like it. Okay.
Next time.
Alright, what's
on
up?
Death Battle.
What's next? Who's next? Surprise me. Bowser. Alright. Sure, okay. Not exactly surprising, but I like it. Who's he fighting? Or is this gonna be new Death Battle turns where you're gonna show the first guy and then reveal the next guy and have tons of comments in my comment section telling me who's gonna be fighting, even though I'll find out once the actual thing is out, but whatever.
Thank you for joining us. And thank you so much to Angry Video Game Nerd 2 Assimilation. It's actually our game who sponsored the episode, so it would really mean a lot if you click a link in the description and check out the game. If you dig it, you can pre-order it right now, get 10% off and a free soundtrack.
And speaking of links, click that link over there to check out our new show,
Alright.
DBX. It's kind of like Death Battle with fights and everything, but there's no rules, no analysis, only bloodshed. And this time, you get to find out what happened to Trish and John.
Or for more shameless promotion, we have
So when they
t-shirts
say
that are
no
sexy.
analysis and no
So you
rules,
can buy the
does that make it
merchandise link.
1 minute melee without,
Be sure to follow us
but
on
it's
social media to find
strictly
out who
involving
battles
who's gonna die?
We have a lot to say.
Yeah, we do.
So you
Because
guys
you know you're gonna have people having controversy and stuff about that. I remember people to this day, right now, are going to 1 minute melees, 1 minute melee videos, and constantly saying, "Dude, it said no research. The meaning that the fight it could go either way. No, it doesn't matter." And then you have those people doing the rebuttal saying, "Oh, when they say no research, that means they're not wasting time giving you the research about who's gonna win. They're just showing you who's gonna win in the battle." So it's just going to be the same thing, only at the end they're definitely going to die, because in 1 Minute Melee, in some, if not most of the fights, they just win the battle, and then they go out with their merry way. One of the best ones I can come up with is the Sora versus Link 1 Minute Melee, where in story context, Link was being controlled by his Shadow Link self, and he was fighting Sora, and once Sora stabbed him with the Keyblade, he released Shadow Link out of Link, and thus at the end of the 1 Minute Melee, both Link and Sora, Donald and Goofy were about to take on like a hordes of Heartless and Shadow Link, which would make an epic crossover. I have to say that it would be pretty cool. In 1 Minute Melee, it's not all about death. Some did end in death. I think with the Wesker versus Batman thing, that ended in a death. But in Death Battle, I think it's going to be purely no rules, no analysis. When they say no rules, what does that actually mean? Death Battle never really had much rules anyways. Does that also mean that outside help can come in? Which could kind of surprise me, but it didn't really affect the overall outcome of the battle, so I guess it was like a little fun thing. Cool. Besides, again, with the Snake versus Sam Fisher episode, they had outside help technically with Otacon and What's-Her-Face. So it's just like, I guess Death Battle is really like trying to put in other resources and for more pure entertainment fun, which I really like them doing. So I'm going to watch the DBX between Trish and John. Q comments trying to compare John with John from Ruby, which is actually pretty funny. But yeah, with that being said, this was a great Death Battle. The animation, they kicked it up like 5,000. I mean, wow, that the amount of work I can see they put in that was just phenomenal. Oh man, that dude is great. I don't know his name, but I do know who he is. But dude is great. They really wanted to kick things off epically, and they did. Bayonetta versus Dante would happen to be epic because all the stuff they have been doing in their games was just beyond epic with the amount of situations they were put in. So just that was great. So this was one of those times where I have to say this Death Battle made me interested into watching Death Battle because it had an interesting take, and I can see these two characters really putting up a good fight, and I really did not know who was going to win. Just with me being biased, I want Dante to win for the simple fact that he is my childhood, technically, again, like many other things in the world. While Bayonetta, I tried to get into Bayonetta like everyone else probably did, but again, no Wii U, and I didn't finish the first game for some reason. Which I'm actually planning on getting the game again since it's like $2 at GameStop right now, and I am kind of running low on entertainment. So actually, Bayonetta 1 will probably be a game that I'm gonna go get soon. So thank you, Death Battle, for making me actually want to go replay the game. See, YouTube, with your whole new guidelines and stuff like that you're not enforcing to the point where you're not doing it correctly, don't take this video down for having the video game music or something like that, or whatever, the video game characters in there, because you probably will. You can do that sort of thing. It's because of this video that I'm about to go help the merchandising of one of the characters that were shown in this video. So take that, YouTube, with the whole not support thing. But anyway, with everything being said, this was an epic Death Battle. That's pretty much all I can say without really getting too far in depth with like my backstory with how great many Capcom and Marvel and many other type of characters out there that affected my life. But Dante has been one of them, and jeez, I can't really say anything more. So yeah, this is Do You Want to Be the Universe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, throughout this entire video, you could have clicked the link right around here to go to the original source material of the Death Battle. Same thing for pretty much any other video that I'm probably going to do that has linkable material that I can get to. Like how sooner or later I'm going to do reactions to Steven Universe whenever those things come out and stuff. So yeah, this is Do You Want to Be the Universe? See you guys next time. Bye.